All right. So thanks for showing up on time, guys. I appreciate you. So I just kind of facilitate. Anyone can jump in anytime. This is not my call, it's our call. But I definitely had a couple of things I just wanted to run by you guys, and then we'll just open it up. So there is the deadline for Crystal Managers coming up. It's March 12th, 14th? What's the date?
14th.
14th.
March 14th.
Okay. That's for the Crystal Reset. So if you're going for the reset, make sure you have that down on your goals, on your mirror. And if you are new to Isagenix, you have 60 days from your enrollment date to hit Crystal Manager for that $250 bonus. Wanted to let everyone know that we're going to be doing our system call tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Charlie and I are going to co-teach System 1B, which is the RPRR, the Facebook prospecting system. So
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. This week has just been a blur. Whew. Okay. So try to get as many people as you can onto that call, because obviously there's a lot of confusion around that system, even though it's so simple. We want to make sure that our teams are being brought up into the simplicity of the system of RPRR, so make sure they're on that call. Upcoming events, we have Isagenix University coming to New Jersey. That's March 30th to April 1st. So make sure that, that you're getting there, even if it's for part of the event. Even if you can just go for one day, come and be there for you and for your team. And and if you go, your teammates are going to come. And Charlie and I were just talking about that. The other event that's coming up is University in Action in Atlanta, and that's coming up in April, like around the 22nd-ish. You can find all that information on isagenixevents.com. Haley and I and Marion Holden and Sharon and Dale are going to be there, and Charlie. We're all planning on being in Atlanta. Who's planning on going to New Jersey? Okay. All right. Meg, you are coming?
It depends. My husband's hosting a really big charity ball. Him and a couple of his guys at work are organizing it, and I can't miss that one.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I mean, even if you can come for a day to the event, if you can make that happen, that would be awesome. Chantel, did you say you were going?
I'm not sure yet. I just had all the other managers at the restaurant basically quit. And so,
okay.
Like, if I can hire some more, I'll be there. And if not,
okay. All right. So those are the most recent events coming up. If there's anything else coming up, make sure you guys post them on the training site in different locations of the country. One thing I wanted to ask you guys as leaders, if you can be more active on all three of our team pages. It seems like the same people are doing all of the posting, and we need to show up if we expect our teammates to show up. And if we want to create duplication in leaders in our downline, we have to make sure that we're being present. So dedicate a few minutes every day to make at least one post on the health page, one post on the training page, and maybe 10 or 15 minutes to the RPRR. I was hoping Tom was going to be on tonight because he was in Canada at Toronto at the Red and White event, but I'm pretty sure he had to work tonight. That's why he drove home last night. He was driving home the whole night. He drove to Toronto. It's freaking awesome. He had an amazing time, and I can't wait for him to share his experience with us. One of the things that I learned from the Blitz group is we all know that we should be joining Facebook groups. And that's something that I've done, but I have never really been active. And introducing yourself and kind of a little bit about yourself. And I copied in down a post that someone put in all of her new groups, and I'll post it on our training Facebook site so you guys can see it, or share it from the Blitz page if I can. But it's a very simple post, just letting people know of your wellness background, so that people may want to start, contributing you or friend you or follow you or whatever. And she said she enrolled 3 people by doing that this week, because I was talking to her on the Blitz page. So I'll make sure I get that message up. It's basically her introductory message to the group, like, hey, this is me, and I can't wait to connect with you, blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? Yeah, so that was cool to hear that worked. One of the things we were supposed to do this week in the Blitz was to join 20 groups, and I haven't done that, so I got to get on that. Does anyone have any experience with that? Joining Facebook groups? And go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to kind of build on that. I also, because we're in the same group for that Blitz, I also started joining all these different groups. So it can be everything that interests you. And for example, I posted a picture of you can't really see it, my fireplace behind me. And it was a home decoration group. And I was like, people, I need help. And from there, I got all these people who were like, you need to do this, this, and this. And I'm sending them all personal messages, thanking them for whatever, for whatever their contributions were and stuff like that. And it's all these fun little connections that now you can kind of friend them and they kind of see more of what's going on your page. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be health and wellness related. It can be just everything that interests you. And you can kind of find common ground that way. And in addition, I started reading a book that kind of segues into this. It's called, Unmarketing. I just totally had a brain moment. Unmarketing. I'm 98% sure that's what it is. Let me double check. But anyway, we just released the updated version of it. And it's super current, and it's all about how you utilize branding and also social media platforms and doing it in an appropriate way. Hold on, let me see.
It's called Unmarketing. Everything's changed, but nothing is different, right, Meg?
Yes, ma'am. Oh my goodness. And I've blown through it. It's a very easy read. I'm probably almost all done with it. Probably tomorrow I'll finish. And it's so helpful because now we're starting to tap into more of these different social media platforms. And it is a very authentic approach. It is a very effective approach because I think when we try and spread ourselves too thin, we do a lot of things sort of in a mediocre way.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really building and finding who you are, your niche, your personality, the platform that suits the people you're trying to attract. Never doing the automatic responses and friend requests and responses and things like that, because it's the authenticity that is going to draw people into you. And it's creating those authentic connections that will not just bring you new customers, but then really nourishing all of those amazing relationships that we have already created, right? Because it's not always just about the PIB and the initial enrollment. It is over time that person can bring you $15,000 worth of business if they're lifelong customers, right?
Right.
So it's really focusing on not just the initial contacts and bringing people in, but really growing your culture, growing and nurturing those relationships so they become lifelong fans, lifelong customers who will then become your own referral army.
Awesome.
So there's less that you need to do. And it's 100% the word of mouth that even if it's not them that's doing the sharing, they are going to love and rave about you. Because of what you have been able to provide for them. So I actually, I got that book because Chris Harder posted a picture that was what he was reading on the plane. And I was like, well, if he's reading it, I'm going to read it. And it's really, really great. Some really wonderful insight and information in there. So it's a very fast read. I highly recommend you add it to your list because so many of us are beyond, and David T.S. Wood actually posted this the other day. He was like, I love the inspiration. I love the quotes. I love that stuff. However, we want to see, okay, if your quote is all about taking in the moment and really being present, I want to see you do that later on. More than just the quote, show me you live it. So maybe, show how you're out on a hike and taking in the scenery, right? Make it really authentic and meaningful. And that's where you start to grow the brand. Because I think the transformations and I think the post and posting consistently is important. But once we're in it long term, that's really great starting point for people who are starting to be more present. But but really starting to craft who we are and what we stand for and the kind of people that we want to bring in. I just think it's a really great book with a lot of nice bits of insight in there.
Meg, can you take a picture of that and post that to our training site as a recommended read?
Yeah.
Thank you. I did see that post that David T.S. Wood made, and that really got me thinking because, yeah, like every morning we post a little blurb with a great quote, and that's awesome. But yes, I think it's time for me to kind of evolve and grow into it being me and my quote. And yeah, exactly. So cool.
Guys, I
Awesome.
just posted a huge thread in the chat. Chris Harder did, he read a book a day for 30 days. And these are all of the books he read that he said.
Oh my God.
Oh, thanks, Hale.
Must be
A book
nice.
a day for 30 days.
Woo.
But
All right.
especially if you like that one a lot, you must like his taste in.
Hey, can you post this in the team training page? Because I think once we exit this, will we be able to see it even if this is posted?
No. So yeah,
can
Hale, if
save
you can
it on
copy
it
and
there.
paste that to the training page, that would be
These
awesome.
are really good books. I
Awesome.
just got the Go Giver. That's my next one.
Yeah, I
Yay.
actually have some of these. Okay, cool. Thank you, Meg. That was a great share.
Can I
You're
jump in
welcome.
just a second?
course.
One thing I love about what Meg said, and she went over it really fast, but that she said she posted into a group, she went into a group and asking for help. That is so powerful. That's almost more powerful than all of us feeling like that we've got to be perfect on something and contribute some really fabulous thing. And then like new people, when you get new people on board, they may be shy and they don't feel like they have something to contribute to join these groups, and like they don't feel like the health and wellness coach yet because they're just trying to get healthy themselves or something. But they can join groups and ask for help and things, and then it just takes down the guards, and people want to be your friend and want to help. So
People
that
love to help.
I love that. I love that. Such a great thing. Thank you, Megan, for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out because I heard it, but it didn't sink in.
Yeah, it
So
kind
that
of like went fast.
did.
Yeah.
I was actually going to piggyback on that. You know why that's so powerful. And Megan, thank you for.
Because you're real. You're real when you do that.
Yeah, that's definitely it. But we're tapping into something that is in our vantage court. People in the Western Hemisphere are raised to be polite and helpful. So if you show up in a really authentic way of asking for people for help, say, hey, I am new at this. I'm a complete disaster. I'm a hot mess. How do I decorate? People are going to chime in and help. That's just the way we're wired. We're conditioned to do that. And as a network marketer, you want to use that verbiage as often and as sincerely as possible. You'll be surprised at how many people raise their hand. Oh, I can help you with that. I actually just helped someone else with that the other day. Instant connection. You're bonded over because someone reached out to you and said, hey, I'll help you. So that's an awesome reminder, Megan. Thank you.
And you can do it in a non-spammy way, right? So the post that Jen's going to share on our training page, it's not spammy at all. It's really nicely done. So one of the things that I said was, I finally moved in after 3 years of being in my house. I finally have an extra stream of income coming in. I can now finally decorate. Somebody help. What should I do with, whatever I said following that? And so it plants a little seed without
That's
being
an awesome way to tie it in.
that person,
That's an awesome way to tie it in.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks for sharing that. So I also want to share the Zoom that that Angela hosted last week for the Blitz call. I'm going to share it to our training page because that Zoom talks about the groups and all the interaction, and I think that's pretty powerful. I'm going to be updating our Facebook system to integrate some more of those details. So we wanted to do a spring cleanse to try to attract new customers and re-engage our current customers. And I'm going to ask for some help on that because I just can't do it all. And one of my tasks is to delegate. And typically myself and Haley and Meg are usually running those programs. So if someone else would be willing to step up, even if it's someone not on the call tonight, that would be awesome. because we just can't physically fit that into our time right now. One of the ones that I saw, I'm going to screen share, you guys, to show you. The one that I saw on Facebook. It was super cute. And it's, and I actually messaged this woman, Dawn Davis, because I'm friends with her. And it's about March Madness. So imagine getting your body ready for spring in just 28 days. Who needs a little group support and friendly competition to get your body ready for the upcoming swimsuit season? We just reopened our wellness group as we launch March Madness. You're not going to want to miss this because we have huge transformations every year during March. Statistics prove that 80% better results with group support. Just drop a comment if you want to be added to and join us. And they split it up in teams, and they're calling it metabolic resets. I really like that. That's a hot term, metabolic. And so they're splitting it up between game 1 and game 2. So March 6th to the 19th, and March 20th to April 2nd. They're doing teams of 5. And it looks like they're going to be doing in their health group or product group like we do, health tips, meal planning, recipes, workouts, the stuff that we just did for the last cleanse. So does this sound like something that you guys would want to do? Does that sound like a good platform?
Yeah, I like it.
That looks great. I love the idea of March Madness.
I
Adds a little
do.
healthy competition in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
do
guess
too.
I would just
Tie it
be,
into
I
something
wasn't,
relatable.
how do we, how do you get points?
I
And
should
how
listen
do
to
you,
this part.
like, is it measurements? Is
I just
it
offered my help.
like,
I emailed Dawn to find out if she'd be willing to share the details of the program. So I told her I would be happy to reciprocate at another point. So I'm waiting to hear back from her. So that way we don't have to create it ourselves.
that's fun. Cause yeah, I'm like, okay, cause some people would be performance, some people would be weight loss. If you're already in maintenance, but I'm sure there could be just fun other challenges that they put in. Ooh,
I mean, just getting points for workouts, points for completing a full cleanse day. I mean, yeah. we can make it doable and not just about weight loss.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Nicole, did you have anything to share? I can hear you. I don't know if you meant to be talking.
Sorry. No, I was saying that it's a great idea. I was saying that I would be willing to help. I said it in the comments. Yeah. I don't know what you want me to do, but I'm willing.
Okay, awesome. Basically, I want someone to be able to create that program for our team so that we can market it. So it would have to be a Facebook post similar to the one that I just showed you, and I can share that with you.
Okay.
And then create the actual rules for the program. But I'm waiting to see if that woman, Dawn, will share the rules with us so we don't have to recreate it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Why change it, right?
I will be in contact with you. Thank you so much for raising your hand. Chantel, thank you for offering.
No problem.
But if I can use you for maybe a smaller task, Chantel, I'll let you know because I know that your time is extremely limited too. Okay. I think that was pretty much it on my end. So I'm going to open it up to you guys. Anything that you want to share? Any wins this week? Anything awesome happened for you? Any team lessons?
Well, I just wanted to say that I've been reaching out to a lot more people, which has been really fun. And even though it's not necessarily a yes right now, I'm finding that the people that I was talking to months ago are coming around. And quite honestly, the people that enrolled most recently, they were the first people I talked to. They were like, no, I'm not interested. I don't know anybody, but whatever. And then they're like, me. So it's just keep talking to people and you'll be shocked at who actually shows up later on.
Such a good point. I'm actually having the same thing happening. I've had a few people just reach out in the past few weeks saying that they're thinking about joining. And I've literally talked to them 2 years ago. They're not even in RPRR, but how about your people? Are your people in the RPRR or some?
Some are, and I'm working on shifting to get them in there. Mm-hmm. Oops, somebody is banging on my door. It might be my dog. Yeah. I'm trying to continue for my people. It just seems like there's a lag time in between conversations. So like there's a few days between when I can get them. So yes, my intention is to get them into RPRR if I can't get them on a phone call.
Absolutely.
Right away.
Awesome. One of the things that I practiced this week, not as much as I wanted to, but I did do it, was something that I learned from PK earlier this week, and it was just a languaging, a question. Going up to someone and saying, hey, I've been using these amazing superfoods for 10 years now, right? And they're going to say, yeah. And they say, can I ask you a question? Because this week, as part of my coaching program, I have to ask a certain amount of people this question. And they're like, of course. So I said, imagine that nutrition can transform anything about your health right now. What would be the first thing you'd like to transform? And that opens them up to just kind of give you an idea of what they're looking for. And then I said to her, well, the second thing I have to do is I have to send you some information to take a look at and then follow up with you. Would that be okay? And she's like, absolutely. And this is someone that I've actually really wanted to reach out to, but I used PK as my excuse, and it worked beautifully. So literally just saying, imagine nutrition could transform anything about your health. What would you choose to transform first? And then send them a tool and schedule a follow-up appointment. It's easy, right?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Jen, I know you had mentioned wanting to talk about the new associate interview as well, which I think is a great idea and something we should be using consistently. I had someone take me through it for the first time, Philip, a couple of days ago, and it was really eye-opening. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really powerful. Actually, it kind of seemed like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe you can do without it from like just my own perspective, just looking at the questions. But as he was taking me through it, it really got me thinking about things in a new way. And he was able to elaborate on those questions to bring about even more, thoughtfulness on my part. So it was cool, and I think we should implement it.
I was just talking to Charlie about it. Hold on, guys.
Hale, what time did he say that he gives the interview?
He actually admitted that is his weakness. He doesn't do it all the time, but he should. And so he was starting square one with me, and he was, promising to implement it into his business more and encouraging me to do the same, because it's a much overlooked step in the process.
I have a thought about that. You know how we set up a pre-cleanse coaching call? I think this being the main focus for product users, section A of the new associate interview is going to be so profound and powerful because it takes the guesswork of our newest people knowing exactly what to ask. The questions are right there. Just walk through with them. And if they are remotely interested in getting 50% of their groceries paid for by ISA, meaning starting to learn how to eat for free, then have them complete section B as well. And just walk them through it. Section A will take approximately 30 minutes. Walking them through A and B will take approximately close to an hour. As long as you have that expectation up front really clearly. And guys, this is where I wanted to also jump in. Everything we do with our newest people, it's all in the setup. How did you set up the conversation so they could come to expect it? So when I finish taking down the enrollment order of customized system, my verbiage to them is always, congratulations, you just finished step 1. I'm going to make sure I'm going to set you up for massive success. You gave me permission to do so. I always reiterate the permission that you granted me in the beginning of the conversation. There's 3 more important steps. People who plug into the team support do have 80% better results. Absolutely. And when I'm referring to IsaBody, I'm referring to them being plugged into our health group. But you know what? They're only going to do that if you're doing it first. It's how the universal law works, right? You have to be in integrity. You can't ask your team to do something you're not doing yourself. So make sure you commit to IsaBody and make sure you commit to being plugged into the health group. This is where we come to celebrate and also voice where we're kind of drowning. We're like, oh my gosh, I feel terrible. This is a safe environment. It's a private page. Nobody will ever see any alerts or see any of it anywhere in your Facebook. from you or about you on Facebook. It's a private group for a reason. It's a safe environment. You get the support you deserve. And so is our Ice to Body Challenge. And the healthy mind and body just takes it to a whole different level, right?
Mm-hmm.
You all know that. Retention goes all the way up. And once they start getting two people get started right away, our retention rate is all the way up in the upper mid-90s.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, that's why it deserves to be our team standard. You don't know if it's possible unless you make it a standard. You just ask people. Thank you so much for giving me permission to trust me enough to go.
You froze, Charlie. It's a cute still shot.
But it will be on. Huh?
That was a cute still shot. We lost you.
Oh, okay. It's so funny. I have my internet cable plugged in. It's still not so great. So it's the responsibility is on us as a sponsor to go ahead and set people up the right way, right? What they do with it is obviously ultimately on them. But you want to set the setup conversation is so important. Just like the first 7 days, I'm going to be in contact with you every day for the first 7 days. How would you like me to best contact you? Would you prefer texting or a private message? And what would be the escalation in case your life gets busy and you don't get back to me within the next hour or so? Is it better if I just go ahead and give you a quick 2-minute call? As long as you got the permission, it's cool. They know to expect to hear from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm going to go into now. I know Jen also asked me last week. I'm sorry I didn't complete it by Wednesday, but I will type it up something on training, and I will do a Facebook Live video on how to have your 5 touch point conversations with your brand new people who got started.
Mm-hmm.
These live 5 conversations the first 30 days, it's critical, absolutely critical for setting them up to have the best experience on the program.
Yeah,
so look forward to that.
That's definitely another missing link, I think, those 5 touch points. So what do you guys think of this? What if we were to, you know how we do our pre-cleanse coaching call? What if that's more of the new associate interview call and we just ask them questions on the pre-cleanse coaching? Because we have all that information accessible to them, so there's really no reason to kind of go over it. Maybe some of the extra information that we'd like to verbally give them when we do the pre-cleanse coaching call, we can actually just have in a separate document that's right on the cleanse support page. Or we can even have a video made that goes through the pre-cleanse coaching with them. And then when we hop on the phone, it's literally just, do you have any questions from what you just saw?
I love that idea, Jen, because pre-cleanse coaching is such a time suck. I mean, it makes people feel really good and warm and fuzzy to finally understand what's in their box. I mean, people like to be walked through it, but I think maybe the video would suffice, and then having us there for the personal component, with the interview would still give them that same effect without having to repeat our words over and over and over and over again with each person.
I like that idea too. Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, but definitely still address the cleanse first and foremost, because one of the things they talked about at UIA, Charlie, you might remember, was the reason that people don't stick with it is because the number one reason is because of an unsuccessful cleanse. So still go through the cleanse and all of that stuff with them, but absolutely that might be the best kind of time to weave that in.
Yeah, I was thinking that, I love doing videos, so I'm happy to do it if you guys are cool with that, and maybe Haley can even tag team with me on that. But we can actually go through the whole pre-cleanse call document, but do it in a live video and hold up the products and go through the cleanse schedule, the shape day schedule, to make sure that there's no questions, but then hop on the phone with the person before they start, ask them if they have any questions from what they saw, and then go right into the new associate interview.
I love that.
Okay. All right. If you guys are sick of seeing me on video, I'm happy if someone else wants to do it, but I love doing it, so I'm happy to do that.
You're great on video, Jen.
I could never get sick of you, Jen.
Yeah, great. It's just something I enjoy, but putting together a group cleanse program does not excite me, so I'm happy to delegate that.
Okay.
We all have our gifts. We all have our gifts. My gift is systemization, and all of us have other gifts. So I'm happy for you guys.
So just to clarify, we're talking about doing like a longer video than the Shake Day video and the Cleanse Day video that are already on there.
We can omit those.
Like more comprehensive. I mean, I find that my pre-cleanse calls take about half hour. Is that what everyone else finds? Okay. So the product cleansing video would be a significant portion of that, would you think?
Well, basically what we have on our pre-cleanse coaching system, the stuff that we go through with them there, we would just do it in a video and just have them watch that video. And then when we jump on the phone with them, we can answer any questions. Does that sound good?
That.
Do you like that, Jeff? Okay. All right. And then that gives us time and room in our schedule to do the new associate interview.
I kind of start to feel like a robot time after time after time with the pre-cleanse calls.
So do I. So I'm totally down with that. Okay, Hale, that's our task this week.
Okay.
I'm sorry I volunteered you. Anything else, guys, that you have suggestions for improvements?
Because I don't want the volume up.
I just wanted to share something really fast. Because I know some of us are doing the 90-day game plan or version of the Blitz and all of that. But I also do realize that a lot of us have a lot of life going on right now, some heavier than most. And I know I called Haley because, like you guys said, it's tapping into our team to help us get through the amazing highs and then also some of our struggles too. And when I called you, Haley, and you were out skiing and all of that stuff, it was just such a great way to kind of recenter, recharge, and kind of remember my intentions for not just the Blitz, but also for myself and for the year that I had set going forward. And what I found was I needed to take a breath. I needed to get more present. And what I found was when I was more present, when I was more active and engaged in life and not necessarily on my computer trying to reach out to people, that more people physically were in my presence that I was having more conversations with. So it was just so nice this was one of the commitments I made to myself after UIA, was to, if I want to attract vibrant, exciting, active, happy, healthy people in my life, well, that's how I have to go out and live it, right? And I was for a very long time using my children, using various circumstances as my excuse for why I am not showing up that way. And I needed to flip that around, and I needed to have them be the reason that I am out and connecting and present and engaging in life, and not do that to them, first of all, because that's just wrong. They're just these little humans. They're, like, why am I creating that story for myself? But man, this is not just selling shakes. It's so much work here. So if any of you are feeling like, oh, but I'm not getting the enrollments, I can't keep up with the Blitz or whatever, connect. First and foremost, just get present, get okay, and just connect with people. And that in and of itself is successful. And make sure that you are, while you're doing all this stuff that's going to promote your business, make sure you're doing everything that is in alignment with what lights you up still, right? So I just wanted to put that out there because I know that we're in the midst of it, and it's been challenging at points. And I just wanted to let everybody know, if you weren't privy to mine and Haley's conversation, where it was like, I'm tired. I don't know if I'm doing this right. We're having those same conversations. So just stick with it. Keep connecting. Reach out to everybody to help lift each other up. And I'm still just so excited for all the people that are coming in and really feeling what we're putting out. So that's what it's all about. And you guys are such a great, great group of people to have in my life. You guys keep me in a really good spot. So thank you for that. But that's just what I wanted to share.
Very good.
That was just what I needed to hear, because I actually had a really rough couple of days. I was in my head beating myself up because, oh my gosh, I didn't enroll anybody this week. I didn't rank advance yet. Like, I was like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was disconnected. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, Meg, that was powerful. And I found myself feeling the same way after a few weeks of Blitz. And it was like just straight out, like full out energy, where I know Jen and I like just came home and crashed a couple of times, like when we do not normally sleep, like zonk out, dead to the world. So that just shows the level we were operating on. And so I think sometimes you just need to take a step back and take a breath, even if you're still in the midst of like the Blitz or whatever it is. In this business, we've just got to learn to read our own cues and listen to our own gut. And, with the little people in our lives too, like I just had to take a couple of days and unplug and be with them skiing and skating and, showing them that they're important too. So yeah, it's important.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing, Meg.
Yeah. Meg, you're definitely the heart of our team.
Yeah, for sure. And Meg, when you called me, that call helped me as much as it helped you. So that's the beautiful cycle of things. I actually needed that call as much as you needed that call right then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like you and Charlie bring the heart into our team, and I just so appreciate that because you guys just bring us back to the reason, the why, the purpose, the drive. It's just awesome. So thank you. All right, so we're going to all be committed to being more present on all 3 pages, right? And it doesn't have to just be posting about a product. It can be about your journey right now on the health page. What are you going through in your cleanse program right now or your maintenance program? Share, because if you share, your people are going to share. And that's what we want them to do. We're asking them to share. So we have to go first. Training page, feel free, and product page, feel free to do Facebook Lives, guys. Videos are powerful. And RPRR, make sure you're going on there for at least 5 minutes a day and liking and commenting on everyone's post, and try to be consistent with making at least 1 post per day yourself. So this Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m., we're doing the RPRR training. Charlie and I are tag teaming that, so make sure you get your team on there. Nicole, I'll be in contact with you about getting the cleanse group going.
Sounds good.
We're going to be incorporating the new associate interview into our system. Haley and I are going to get that video done, hopefully by the end of this week. Make sure you know where all the upcoming events are, because you got to get to those events, guys. You know that. And I think that was just a really good recap of what we just discussed. I'm going to be posting the message that I learned from the Blitz that people are posting in groups to introduce themselves. And I'm also going to be sharing the Zoom call from last week's Blitz that was really good teaching on Facebook groups. All right. Anything else before we go?
Hey, I just want to remind everyone that I posted this twice already in our training group. It's a video called "You Are the Guru: 5 Reminders for Entrepreneurs." It's by Arpita Kelly, none other. I feel like if you feel like you're struggling with your mindset and your action that's required to succeed in this business, I highly recommend watching this video. She really goes into a level of depth that will stir your soul. And it's really non-negotiable for me as far as I'm concerned. This is like GoPro's book being lived out into present day real life, if you will. So put this on your calendar. You don't necessarily have to watch it this week. It is an hour. It's a time well spent and invested. So I think she really put a lot of power behind this video. It's powerful.
Ooh, I can't wait. Thank you for sharing that.
It's really powerful.
Awesome.
So I just want to share that.
Hey, Sean, if you can hear us. Sean, are you from the Canadian team? I wanted to hear some information about the red and white event.
Hey, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, sorry. My girlfriend's sister had just had to leave with her baby, so we were just seeing them to the door. Sorry. Could you just repeat your question to me?
Yeah, sure. I was curious if you were from the Canadian team.
Yes.
Awesome. Were you at the event this weekend?
We were.
Awesome. Do you have any like powerful shares that come to mind?
Yeah. One really big thing, I mean, with the events, there's just so many nuggets and just so much information that comes at you. There's, it's kind of hard to take everything in and try and remember everything and write everything down. And, but one really big thing for me kind of stuck out, and it was, belief. And, when I'm sure everyone struggled with that, and I believe that when I believe in myself, anyone that I'm talking to, they'll be able to understand where I'm coming from and know that I'm speaking from the heart, and not that I'm trying to sell them something, or I'm trying to connect with them. I'm trying to to get to where they're at, so that we're on common ground, and I'm not coming off as false, so that for me was really huge, just because I struggle with my belief in myself, even being a former athlete, a former professional athlete. So it's just when you take something on that's completely out of your realm, that you've never done before, it's definitely a huge struggle for sure. But I have an amazing team with us here in Toronto and in the United States with Drew's team as well. And it's a lot of it's very uplifting to have a huge support team, and all you guys as well too. Even if we're on different teams, we're still on one team.
Yeah, well, we're all related to Drew.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Even better.
he's just up at the top, and we're all the different branches.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us are not financially linked, but we all work together. So that's cool.
Gotcha.
One of the cool things that Drew shared about what he learned being away is that our preferred customers, if they're enrolled with 100 points, 100 business volume, they will be considered as when we are going for rank advancements.
Yes. Yeah.
That's huge.
It is huge. Yeah, it is huge. So it'll, I think I'm still kind of trying to wrap my around around a bunch of stuff from the weekend, but yeah, that's huge for sure.
Yeah. What is this your first event you've been to?
No, this is my first red and white.
Okay.
But I've been to ICU, and I've been to the Super Saturdays. So.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for the information to kind of download, because yes, it's like so much, but just make sure you review your notes this week and just keep it fresh and teach it to your team. So if more things come to mind, make sure you share them. I mean, Drew's calls, I think he's still doing those at noon, right? Monday through Friday?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm sure we'll get filled in on the event this week from Drew. So thanks so much, Sean. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. Hope you have an amazing night. Anyone else have anything last minute to go?
Hey, Jen.
Hey, what's up?
So I was just going to say, I think, consistency is obviously key, because, we can have an amazing week or amazing month, where we enroll a bunch of people and then have that lull for a couple of weeks. And, I hit the 5-cycle bonus, and, everything was great. And then, I haven't had any enrollments for a couple of weeks. But the biggest thing is just staying consistent, and still thinking back, like, I still enrolled 5 people in 30 days, still celebrating victories, even if they're not current, they're past, celebrating small victories. It doesn't always have to be, double PIVs and all that stuff. And just continuing, I mean, you're still, developing relationships with new people. And at the end of the day, I mean, that still counts towards something, because that's going to pay off at some point. We don't know when, but it will, eventually pay off. I've still been connecting with some amazing people, some entrepreneurs, and it's like, even though I haven't enrolled anybody, I know in due time it'll come through. And yeah, we want to hit these double PIV bonuses, but as as the wise Charlie would say, don't let your highs get too high or your lows get too low. Just kind of ride in the middle there and just stay consistent with what you're doing, and people will come eventually within time.
Another great share. Thank you. Yeah, don't let the highs be high and the lows be low.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
In one of the trainings that Susan Sly was on stage, and she was talking, she says, guys, she says, I don't do this horrendous enrolling over and over and over and over and over again. She says, I have a push time and I do a lot of enrolling, and then the next, few weeks or whatever, she's working on making sure all those people are having a good experience on their cleanse, and the ones who want to get going on the business are getting going on the business, and and then she does an enrolling push again. And then she does, following up and caring and making sure these people are getting started right and everything. And then she does an enrolling push again. So it's cycles. And understand that, and I see Charlie shaking his head. It does, that's the way the business is. It's not going to be you're enrolling, 3 people a week, every week. It's like it just doesn't work. Like, it comes in cycles.
Wow, that's awesome. Again,
yeah,
something we know, but we forget.
That's so great. I appreciate you sharing that, Sherry, and you too.
Yeah, because when Susan Sly says that's what it happens to her, it's like, okay, if it happens to her, then it's okay if it happened to me.
Because we tend to hold ourselves up against the millionaires who say, their standard is enrolling 2 a week, 2 a week, 2 a week, 2 a week, and it's like you forget that everything has got to have its lulls.
Right.
You can't just go full out like that all the time. Or I don't know, maybe some do, but it doesn't seem to be the most sustainable way to grow.
And with this business, if you're in business for yourself, it's totally different than when you're on a time clock at corporate. When you get off the clock, you're off the clock. Here, the clock goes 24/7, and you have to decide when the clock stops. And you have to stop and do the things for yourself or do the things for your family, or you have to feel good about all of that, because otherwise you become a grouchy person and then you attract grouchy people, and it starts going downhill from there.
You run yourself ragged.
Yeah, so when it starts going downhill, you need to stop and do something fun and put a smile back on your face and change your attitude, and then other people want to be around you.
Yeah.
So this week I am pledging to practice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
That's great.
I'm going to do that because this week I had intentions of talking to more people out in real life versus not just behind the computer, and I didn't do it as much as I should have. So that's my intention for this week, one of my goals. I love that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You just do it. Yeah, don't think about it. All right, you guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Overthinking
guys.
the enemy.
Yeah. All right, so we are done. Let's enjoy our evening.
Thank you for that reminder, Jen.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.